Whispers of the Forgotten Asylum. In the heart of the dense forest, where ancient trees whispered secrets and shadows danced in the moonlight, two brothers, Alex and Nate, ventured deeper than they ever had before. They were on a dare, a challenge whispered among the neighborhood kids about the old asylum ruins rumored to be haunted. As they stumbled upon the crumbling asylum, Nate's courage wavered, but Alex, the older brother, egged him on. They crept through the shattered entrance, their footsteps echoing against the decaying walls. The air was thick with a scent of decay and a chill of long-forgotten screams. Suddenly, a rustle in the darkness sent shivers down their spines. Heartbeats quickened as they strained to see what lurked in the shadows. Then a figure emerged, a gaunt, wild-eyed man with tattered clothes and haunted expression. He was an escapee, they realized with horror, driven mad by the asylum's cruel treatment. With a guttural growl, he lunged towards them, his fingers curled like claws. Panic surged through the brothers as they bolted through the maze of corridors, the asylum seeming to twist and contort around them. They could hear the madman's footsteps echoing behind them, each step closer than the last. In a moment of desperation, they stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into the depths of the asylum. With no other choice, they ascended into the darkness, the air growing colder with each step. As they reached the bottom, they realized their mistake. They were trapped in a labyrinth of forgotten tunnels, with no way out and no hope of escape. And in the darkness, the madman's laughter echoed, a chilling reminder that in the depths of fear, there is no sanctuary. As Alex and Nate navigated the labyrinthine tunnels of the Forgotten Asylum, their breaths ragged and their hearts pounding in their chests, they stumbled upon eerie remains of the asylum's dark past. Tattered patient records littered the floor, detailing treatments that bordered on torture. Images of twisted experiments and suffering souls adorned the walls, casting ghastly shadows in the dim light. With each passing moment, the oppressive atmosphere weighed heavier upon them, suffocating their hopes of escape. Their footsteps echoed like a dirge, a haunting melody that seemed to draw the madman even closer. As they pressed on, the brothers stumbled upon a chamber cloaked in darkness, its entrance obscured by thick cobwebs. Reluctantly, they ventured inside, their senses assaulted by the stench of decay and the palpable sense of dread that hung in the air. In the flickering light of their dwindling flashlight, they beheld a scene straight from their worst nightmares, a makeshift altar adorned with crude symbols daubed in blood, surrounded by the remnants of unspeakable rituals. Dread coiled in their stomachs as they realized they were not alone. Suddenly, a whisper slithered through the darkness, sending shivers down their spine. "You should not have come here," it hissed, a voice both human and otherworldly. With mounting terror, Alex and Nate realized they had stumbled upon something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. Trapped in the depths of the asylum, haunted by a madman, driven by forces beyond their comprehension, they knew that their only hope lay in confronting the darkness that lurked within these haunted halls. But as they prepared to face their ultimate terror, they couldn't shake the feeling that something far more malevolent watched from the shadows, waiting to claim their souls for eternity. As Alex and Nate delved deeper into the asylum's labyrinth, the air grew colder and the darkness seemed to press in on them from all sides. They stumbled upon forgotten chambers filled with the remnants of the asylum's gruesome past. Straitjackets hung like macabre decorations, rusted surgical instruments glinted in the faint light. An empty-eyed mass stared back at them from the walls. Their nerves were frayed with each passing moment, the oppressive atmosphere threatening to suffocate them. Every creak and groan of the decaying building sent shivers down their spines, and the whispering voices that seemed to emanate from the shadows only added to their growing sense of unease. As they rounded a corner, they came face to face with the madman once more, his eyes gleaming with unholy fervor. With a blood-curdling scream, he lunged at them, his nails clawing at their flesh with savage ferocity. In a desperate bid for survival, Alex and Nate fought back with all their strength, their screams echoing through the corridors of the asylum. But as they grappled with their assailant, they realized with dawning horror that he was not alone. From the darkness emerged more twisted figures, shadows of the asylum's tormented past, driven mad by years of suffering and neglect. With each step they took, the air seemed to grow heavier, as the very walls of the asylum were closing in around them. Trapped between the madman and his spectral minions, Alex and Nate fought for their lives with desperate intensity. But as the darkness closed in around them, they knew that their fate was sealed. The asylum's insidious grip would never release them, and they would be joining the ranks of its tormented souls for all of eternity. With every ounce of strength and courage they could muster, Alex and Nate fought against the relentless onslaught of the madness that surrounded them. Adrenaline surged through their veins as they dodged and parried the frenzied attacks of their assailants, driven by a primal instinct to survive at all odds. In a stroke of luck, they stumbled upon a narrow passageway leading to the asylum's forgotten underground tunnels. Without hesitation, they plunged into the darkness, their hearts pounding in their chests as they raced against time and terror. As they fled deeper into the labyrinthine depths, the madman's enraged cries faded into the distance, swallowed by the oppressive silence of the tunnels. Exhausted and shaken, Alex and Nate finally collapsed on the cold, damp ground, their bodies trembling with a mixture of relief and fear. But even as they caught their breaths, they knew that their ordeal was far from over. The asylum's dark secrets still loomed over them like a malevolent shadow, and the horrors they had witnessed would haunt their nightmares for years to come. With a silent vow never to speak of their harrowing experience, Alex and Nate emerged from the depths of the asylum, their bond as brothers stronger than ever. And as they disappeared into the night, leaving the asylum and its tortured souls behind them, they prayed that no one would ever again stumble upon the twisted echoes of its haunted halls.